divergent views and uproar in certain quarters in Nigeria about the latest that is happening. As you can see on your screen, some youth in the northern part of Nigeria kind of precisely hoisted Russian flag during a protest. Now, the federal government have dragged them to court and they will be sentenced accordingly to the law on treasonable felony, amongst others. Now, like I said, divergent views. People are saying a lot of things. Let us watch and we will be talking more. This is very serious.
Why should children, why should small children, why should they spend 93 days in police custody when they should be in school? And the government can arrest 10, 12, 13-year-old and keep them in custody for 93 days. But the government has not been able to arrest Yabelo 6 months after. Is it not a parody of some sort that we have two separate countries? One country for the rich, one country for the poor. Our laws are very clear. It's 48 hours. The police are in breach of the fundamental rights of these children. So we are not going to delve into the substance of the issue, which is already before the court, so that we will not make remarks that are subjudice. But what we are saying, very simple, Yahya Bello 6 months later has not been arrested. But you arrest our children, you keep them in custody for 93 days. These children, they are already looking like they have kwashiorkor. They are malnourished. You understand? Then you cannot keep them in custody for this long. This is the reasons why our rating in the Human Rights Index is poor, is bad. You understand? The Tinubu government should discontinue the charge. We make a passionate appeal to the AGF, you know, Baba Latif Fagbemi, that he should discontinue the charge. He should take over the matter and discontinue against these children, so that the children.
Now this boy, 10 years old boy, right? Me and this boy, they size 7. Apparently, these are the boys that the Tinubu government arrested, that they were flying Russian flag. All these children where you see like this now, they go prison because they could not secure bail for them. They are going to the prison now. They could not secure bail for them. Now the question is this: what does this boy know about flag? This boy does not even have a basic education, let alone knowing that he flew a flag. So you are charging all these kids for treason. Me, I just came out of cell, and I was with them. That's the craziest part. This morning I was going to pee when I woke up. I was going to pee when I saw this boy. I was like, these boys are children. So now we came to court. They could not grant their bail. They have adjourned the case. So where are they going to sleep? They are going to sleep inside the cell again. And already they stayed for more than 90 days. Today is the 93rd day. 93 days for all the children seated everywhere. This is the 93rd one boom. This one only. Which food? This one only. See how this boy did. And all the way from Kano. Where they carry from? Yes, from Kano. Brought them from Kano to Abuja. Where's their parents? Their parents now go they cry. Nobody see them. All these are kids. 10 years old. How old are you? And the best condition. 14 years. All of them are less than 17 years old. It's crazy. It's crazy and it's not fair. Come on.
These boys that we brought to the court today, all of them are adults. Most of them are married men. None of them is a minor. Some of them are university graduates. The small kids you are seeing here, they came with some of their parents to come and greet their loved ones. They are not even the real suspects standing trial in this case. These boys were arrested in Kaduna and Zaria. Imagine the level we find ourselves now. Do you know how much it costs us to be at this level of a democracy in this country? These young boys are trying to destabilize Nigeria using the Russian flags and other countries, calling on the military to remove our president. Is it fair to even remove the state governors that they don't want democracy again? If you don't like democracy, are we forcing you? You go back home and sit. Everybody is enjoying their fundamental rights Nobody is abusing their rights. Everybody is enjoying free movement, and everything's are moving fine in the country. These boys only for no reason. They started protests, violent protests with the flags, foreign flags, Russian flags. Haba, is that what we want in this country? Don't mind the Defense Council. They will always say something to tarnish the name of Nigerian police. It's not true. In my own case, we filed charge against 43 defendants, and all of them were produced to the court today. All of them are adults. Forget about what they are telling you, that they are small children, this and that. Ask the Defense Council, do they truly know the suspect they are defending?
That we will not accept anybody, any individual flying any foreign flag in Nigeria. That is treasonable offense, and it will be viewed and treated as such. So nobody should allow himself to be used by any individual. Also, the issue of coups. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Nigeria is a democratic nation. All security agencies are here to defend democracy and make sure that democracy continues to strive. We will not accept anyone. Today's meeting is such that we wanted to come and update Mr. President about the situation on ground. We know since the riots have started, the role all the security agencies are playing. You can see all of us together. We had about 2 hours meeting with Mr. President. We explained to him in details the current situation on ground since the riots have started. And what we realized is that, yes, initially people said it was a peaceful riot, but we have warned against it because we realized that there are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem, and we can see clearly what has happened since it has commenced. Criminals have taken over, a lot of looting, a lot of stealing and all sorts happening. And besides that, we're also aware that I'm seeing, all of us have seen it, where some foreign flags have been flown within the sovereignty of Nigeria, and that is totally unacceptable. We are warning in clear terms, and the President has also said we should convey this, that we will not accept anybody, any individual flying any foreign flag in Nigeria.
Those that are not criminally liable under the law, those are the people, they are young ones below the age of 7. Once you are more than 7, you can be charged to court. The only thing is that you need to follow certain procedures to do that. But none of them is less than 7. I think the youngest should be 13. The fact that you are a 13-year-old doesn't mean you cannot be charged to court. So anybody, even the Children and Young Persons Act, they can still charge you to court because you are 13-year-old. You can go to court. So we have charged them to court for this. On behalf of the federal government of Nigeria, the police has taken the bull by the horn because these are those who actually are leveraged on the End Bad Governance protest. They hijacked the protest and they are so violent. They are the people that are flying the Russian flags and many foreign flags, which of course, is a punishable offense. So they are criminally liable. We have not charged any underage in our own context here to court. For those who have been following trends of engagement with social media influencers and content creators, we have been engaging them for a very long time. And even this department has made more than 3 or 4 statements concerning that, to condemn unlawful, unauthorized use of police uniform or accoutrement. Not only the police. You can't use any law enforcement uniform, the military, the police, can't use their uniform to act.
Now, contrary to the view of Very Dark Black Man and some people who are advocating for the release of these children, that they have done nothing, well, many people are not happy with this government of the day. Neither have they been happy of any government. Why? Because of what Nigeria is, what many African countries are. But do you think that these children are not aware of what they are doing? Well, the next video that we will be watching, questions were asked from the same young protesters, these teenagers. Why are you hoisting this flag? You'll be shocked at what they said. So somehow it seems these children, some of them, I know majority of these children left their home, joined the movement. But don't forget that the same way religion has been used, weaponized, that is the same way ideology, political ideology, can be hijacked and used also. Well, let us watch this video and we will be talking more.
Now, shugaban kasa ya fito ya faɗa is not related to our what we are struggling of. Ka gane?
I understand.
Dole mu nuna masa cewa lalle muna buƙatar wata ƙasa kamar irin su Rasha wanda ba capitalist bane su fito su kawo mana dauki a Najeriya saboda muna cikin hardship, muna cikin recession na yunwa, poverty, jobless for youth, insecurity. Muna cikin wannan lamara shi sa muke kira lalle Rasha ta taimaka ta kawo mana dauki shugaban kasar Rasha Putin kenan ko kuma America da su Ingila da suka yaye mu suka kekkeshe mu su san yanda za su Tinubu su ta masa kuɗi na cewar lalle ya kamata Putin into consideration.
Welcome back. He spoke in Hausa and he made it clear that he's educated and he knows what he's doing. Is this related to the protest? Well, he's saying that he is not interested in the capitalistic or the capitalism society that we are in, that he wants the socialism, the kind of communism that you will find in the government of Russia. He spoke about Putin. So they are aware of their ideology. Now, will that ideology is it going to be used to create division? Is it going to be used to create anarchy, violence? That is where the issue lies. Do not forget that even religion has been used to create terrorism in the north. Extracts of them are into banditry. Terrible things happening. It all starts from an ideology. There is no movement, no anarchy that does not come from an ideology. It comes from the mind. Someone thinks of something and decides to manipulate certain people into the bigger picture that he is looking at or she is looking at. Or some group of people just come up and feel, okay, you know what? Let us penetrate the system with something that we do not really believe in, but let us use it as a front to destabilize the system. Imagine those young people hoisting a flag of Russia. Now, they will never hoist flag of the United Kingdom. Why? Because they see the UK, Western Europe as a Christocentric nation or nations. They see Russia as a country who is in support, who is empowering countries such as Iran and selling them weapons. These people are connected to an ideology. They have an understanding. It has to do with religion. Who is supporting Islamic countries? This is deeper than what Very Dark Black Man is thinking. He needs to educate himself. I've said it several times. Now, there are other factors to also look into. I'm not saying Very Dark Black Man is the one fronting this. He is only, there because his lawyer is there, and he's also trying to say, I'm going to create a school, an educational system where we can put things right. Well, students will come. There are people who will come, but you need to understand that there is something called Sharia and there is something called Boko Haram. Boko Haram is saying no to Western education. Anything that comes from the West, it's a no-no for them. Now, let us keep that aside. Many of these children, like I've always said, no one chooses where to be born or the family to come from. You find yourself there. Whatever is being done there, you are either part of it or you fight against it, either good or bad. That's it. So these children, they found themselves in this section of Nigeria where religion and culture is different from what you find in the South. Religion is a strong weapon or tool, depending on whose hand or hands it is upon. Now, in the northern part of Nigeria, they have this thought. Probably it came from misinterpretation of their religion or doctrines. They say God will take care of children. So what they do is to have numerous women, accumulate as much, keep getting them pregnant. In a man's lifetime, with 4 or 5 wives or 6, you will see them produce as much as 50, 70 children. Now, we all know that it is impossible for a man to cater for such unless you have a big farm and you know what's happening in the farms in the north. So, majority of these kids end up becoming destitute. They pour them all over the street. It's like a gamble, and let's see if one of them will become great. They pour them all over the streets. It's not as if this same would not have happened in the south of Nigeria. Maybe someone will, but it is easier in the north to manipulate people this way. Someone will give them flag. Yes, it is possible in the south too, that young people will come up holding flags, hoisting flags too. It is possible because they are angry, and whatever it is that is given to them, simply put, they can be used. Excuses such as, oh, does this boy know what Russian flag is? He might not necessarily know what Russia or where it is located, but he knows that there is one person called Putin. And this man is empowering Iran and other countries to be able to withstand the oppression of the West. The West that he has been told are children of Lucifer and that they are of no good. He knows about that. It's as simple as ABC. Now, how do we put these things right? That's what we should start thinking of. You need to break the culture. Culture is so strong, same as religion. You need to break that culture. The culture in that society, you need to be able to break it. Can you imagine that in the north of Nigeria, they have their own laws called the Sharia law? Not applicable in the south, but in the north, they were able to pass it. This is what we want. This is how we want to live our life. They have Sharia police. Life there is different. How do you break into this punitive measure such as this? You do this, you'll be arrested. Simple as ABC. So as to curtail excesses. But the thing is this. Those that are trying to, or those that are imputing these punitive measures, such as dragging these children to court, they are of no integrity too. That's the thing. So it's like dirty person trying to retain his pot of soup. That's what they are. That's why people are angry at them, saying, look, leave those children. You guys are criminals. You have no right, no moral right. You have no integrity. You cannot arrest these children. Leave them. Let them be. Let them be. These people, these children, they are not benefiting nothing. They are not enjoying life. So what do you expect them? Look at the culture. Look at where they are born into. Have you guys sat down and thought about how do we erase this culture that is counterproductive? How do we make religion free and fair? You cannot be a Christian in the north of Nigeria. You might be lynched. One day, they might say you said something. They might say, why are you holding your Bible, going to church on a day that they are celebrating Muhammad? We've seen videos of people lynched in the north of Nigeria. That place is a hot spot. So, I think more needs to be done, but who will do it? I mean, these criminals. So the first step is to make sure that these children are not punished. That these children are not punished for hoisting flags. They must be tutored. They must be taught. This is not right. It is much more instructive. It is better, productive to instruct those children. Sit them down. Get some of these counselors, children counselors from the north / whatever. Sit those children down, lecture them, teach them. Let them understand, because it is someone that manipulated their brain, taught them what they are doing, taught them things, and now we are seeing the action of it. So you too, you can do what? Clean and cleanse their mind. Show them love, and they will be better. In fact, when you show them love and you teach them, I am very strong on this opinion that it will be a better solution than putting these children in prison.